Hello, welcome to Statecraft IS and Social Perspectives Sociology in Newspaper series. In this series, we shall discuss newspaper articles in sociological perspective and revise relevant sociology relevant UPSC mains concepts with the help of a newspaper on daily basis. In today's video, we have an article in the main page saying Lok Sabha clears bill restoring states' rights to specify OBC groups. Lawmakers across parties call for removal of 50% cap on reservation. Now, if we look into social perspective, sociology related concepts in this article says the bill seeks to restore the power of the states to identify OBCs that are socially and educationally backward after a Supreme Court order in May 2021 empowered only the center for this. For the caste based census to get a real idea of the number of OBCs in the country and to remove the 50% cap on reservations currently in place. States are being demanded for that. Now, if we look into this reservation issue, reservations are generally given for underprivileged sections. Why? Because state thinks that there are two classes in the society. One is have class, that is higher sections of the society, and the other one is have not class. These are like OBCs, SCs, STs and other underprivileged. So all these have not class are subjected to exploitation by the have class, not directly but indirectly. How? This have class enjoys social capital. They have better social contacts, better social status. They get hold of economic capital also, because they hold large sums of property, money, etc. So with this thing, with the possession of these things, have class exploits have not class, and that's why this have not class is deprived of opportunities, and this is not good, and this may lead to class conflict and social conflict according to Karl Marx. So here state comes into play and provides required opportunities. This what they are deprived of is being provided by state, if not have class. It is just compensating that have not class through reservations. That means it is giving opportunities. This what are they are losing, it is given by the state. Opportunities is nothing but reservations in education, jobs, etc. So with that reservation, this balance, a state is trying to strike a balance between have class and have not class, and to end this economic exploitation. So that is the essence of reservations in social perspective. But if we look here, it is said lawmakers across parties call for removal of 50% cap on reservation. Now why Supreme Court in Indira Sani case has put 50% cap on reservation? Because now as the have not class is underprivileged, state has to compensate it and strike a balance between have class and have not class through reservations. But if those reservations exceed 50%, then what happens? This have not class will become dominant, and they take the positions in inverted positions. That means this have not class will become dominant and will possess all economic and social capital, because they have higher education opportunities, they have higher jobs after some years. And this have class will become underprivileged because comparatively they have lower access to education, jobs, etc. because already most of the jobs, most of the educational seats are reserved for this particular class. So this have class will have only some to get to occupy and to move upon the ladder and to gain vertical mobility. So if reservations exceed this 50% cap, this have not class will become have class and have class will become have not class, and again this kind of exploitation exists. Now the state's aim is not only to empower this have not class, its aim is to end exploitation altogether. Its aim is to distribute resources equitably to all of them. Giving reservations is nothing, does not mean that this have not class will become must become more empowered than have class, and it must ultimately exploit have class. It is not like that. State's aim is equitable growth and sustainable growth. If this kind of exploitation continues, it is not sustainable. At one or the other point, this exploitation leads to conflict, according to Karl Marx. So reservation must not exceed 50% as told by Supreme Court in Indrasani case. Now further, it is said that caste based census to get a real idea of the number of OBCs in the country and to remove the 50% cap on reservations currently in place. Now what does this caste based census do? It will give a caste based census, it will give real picture of number of OBCs in the country. That is fine, because reservations must be proportional to the population. Population of OBCs or SCs or STs, etc. Hence, for that purpose, leaders are trying to make a caste based census to know the exact population of the OBCs. That is the purpose. But what Andre Bataille said in his caste studies is that it is only because of politics and politicians caste is still existent in the society. Politicians, caste is still existent in the society, and caste consciousness is not dying. See, again through caste based census, this caste consciousness is reinforced in the society. Already because of reservations, caste consciousness is still alive in the society, but if caste based census is done, now people will come to know how many OBCs are there, how many SCs are there, how many STs are there, how many OCs are there. That means people will again try to divide themselves among themselves on the basis of this caste. So this caste consciousness is again reinforced in the society because of this caste based census. So Andre Bataille was right in saying that it is only because of politicians caste consciousness is still not dying in the society. So that's all in this article. Now moving on to the next article. Here it says, mental pressure, meager pay take a toll on contract nurses. Nurses body says government trying to outsource work to private agency. Now if we look into this particular article in Karl Marx perspective and read the article, here it says, everyone was scared of the virus, but no contractual nurse said no to COVID duty. I did it as my duty towards the nation. Despite such efforts, we are paid very little and our contracts last only for 3 months. This puts us under a lot of pressure. We don't know whether we will have a job tomorrow and there is no one to listen to us. See, this kind of things leads to alienation from species being, from self, because they are not caring about their lives and they are doing what they can to do good to the nation. They are serving COVID patients. Even then, if they are not cared properly and if their demands are not met properly, it leads to alienation from species being. Leads to alienations from species being. Further, several nurses of the hospital who are on a contract basis since 2016 said that they are facing mental pressure as their contracts have to be renewed every 3 months and their salary has stayed stagnant at 37,500 for 5 years. That means they are not getting sufficient pay. See, if we look at their service as something in the industrial setup, they are doing their service and are producing healthy patients. What their product is healthy patients. They are getting infected patients or diseased patients as raw materials and they are doing their service and producing healthy patients. So in that sense, they are doing their job well, but even if their salary is being constant, that means they don't have sufficient control over what they are producing. They could not sell their product at their convenient price. I know it's not just to compare human life or human body with a product, but if we want to analyze this particular article, let us just compare it, compare human body with a particular product, with some product, and see that they are selling their their product. That means they are making healthy patients, and they are giving back them their life. So that is a product for their work, for their produce. And when they are not getting sufficiently paid, enough paid, that means they are not getting convenient price for their work. So this is nothing but alienation from product and alienation from produce, also process of production. This alienation from process of production is already been there, because the method of treatment has already been prescribed. They cannot do what they want to the patients. It's already prescribed, and there are specific norms to treat some patients, and they have to treat in that manner only. So method alienation from process is already there in this particular setup. Now if they are not getting convenient price or convenient salary for what they are doing, alienation from product is also being done. That means they cannot put their affection, cannot put their emotions into the patients, and they cannot serve that patients, because however emotions they put, however caringly they look after the patients, they are not getting paid enough. That's why it leads to alienation from product also. Here alienation from species being has already been done. Further, at the hospital we do not get equal pay for equal work. See, again this is leading to alienation from product, because when their peers are getting a higher salary in some other hospital, and here in this hospital if they are not getting enough salary for the same work, that leads to alienation from product, obviously, from their work, alienation from their work. We have to renew the contract by September 30, and the tension will start again. See here, this is again alienation from species being. They are not being able to live their own life happily. They are subjected to this tension, mental torture. So they are not themselves in real sense. This is torture. We will have to start running to the ministry to get an extension. Further, I stayed away from my 1.5-year-old son for 3 months last year. This means alienation from society is also being done, because these particular people are not away to meet their own family members, meet their own kids who are just 1.5-year-old. So alienation from species being is there, alienation from product is there, alienation from process is already there, alienation from society is also there. This is what Karl Marx told as exploitation. Because of this alienation, workers are subjected to exploited, and they will have to revolt to get what they are demanding, or to get what they need, or to get what they want. This is the view of Karl Marx. But what Durkheim said, Durkheim criticized Karl Marx. There is no need for revolution to get solutions. There are institutional measures to reach solutions. What those institutional measures are: social security to employees or to workers, sufficient wages, sufficient holidays or relaxations or recreations, a grievance redressal mechanism for them, gratuity, provident fund, etc. All this comes under social security only, however. So all these are institutional measures to look after the workers and to stop them from revolting or to get resented against the government. If this kind of measures are provided, then this exploitation can be ended, because they are taken care of by the organization or firm itself. Then exploitation can be ended and social conflict can be avoided. So that's all from this article, and that's all for today. If you like the content, please like, share and subscribe to Statecraft IAS. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.